Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. We have a beautiful iron shop that we've constructed on live stream yesterday. I designed it in creative, and then we just went and built it, which makes it really cool, and it's looking really cool. I got some inspiration from the Googles. I also am missing... Did I build this wrong? What did I do? I built this wrong. Whoops. Well, I'm gonna go see if I can fix it then. I think it's just this part that is wrong. Okay. And it's fixed. It was just 2 blocks that were sticking out. They should have been on this layer, but they were on this layer. So an easy fix. So the way I designed this shop is to have a 3x3 door. And if we grab our 3 pressure plates and put them right here, if we walk over, the 3x3 door closes, and it's also a spiral door, so it opens like this and closes like that as well. So if we walk here, it opens, and then we can walk in. I am gonna move the pressure plates back a bit more, so as to make it that you don't have to wait for the door to open before you walk in. So you can just keep on walking, the door will open, and that should be fine. And then in here, I want to sell iron related things. The middle part here, I think is going to sell iron blocks. And then we can also sell, if we search for iron, we can look at uses and we can sell anvils mostly. I don't think we should sell iron bars, trapdoors, stuff like that. Not really. We could sell iron ingots as well, just because early people might not have a lot of diamonds and you just want to buy like a stack of iron so you can make some tools and stuff. We could do that. We could also provide tools made out of iron for free or something like that. Could be neat. But I need to get to stocking this. We also need a proper name for this. So if you have any ideas in the comments, I will try and figure out a name myself. But if you have any cool ideas of like a iron flower or something similar in that sense, I guess, that could be cool. And everything here is spawn proof. We're on the Mushroom Island anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's looking cool. I'll get stocking, I'll put some signs down, we'll think of some prices and set it up. I always had the idea of being able to kill iron golems manually, and I have just added that functionality. It is a simple redstone line going into some redstone torches and some blocks on the side, and the same over there on the other side. So if we press this, boop, we get 2 water buckets dispensed, which are gonna push the golems on the far end side to the middle, and the lava gets retracted, so they all fall in here, and I can just smack at them. I think I'm gonna need to set up some sort of way where I can sit far enough back that they can't hit me, which I believe is gonna make me remove these chests. But these chests are also causing issues currently because the storage should be starting from down there up, but apparently these chests store a bunch of the iron ingots as well, and then the bottom ones don't, which is really weird. So yeah, let me go turn the farm off. There's gonna be a buildup of golems here. In the meantime, we're gonna fix these chests and we should be good to test it out. Well, this isn't really working because we have a mess of golems bouncing around all over the place because they're not stacking properly because they're being pushed by the water. So we're just gonna do this. We're gonna turn on the lava, get it all killed, and get it all done. I think I need to flush them into a proper 3x3 chamber so they all stack on top of each other. And not be pushed around by the water, which is making it all very difficult and weird to do this. So yeah, this is kind of a failed attempt. I may or may not have died a couple times and have a couple heads. One I think should be in the hopper somewhere. But yeah, I'll finish crafting up the iron. We'll bring it back with us to the iron shop and we'll just get it stocked up and we'll figure this out at a later date. The shop is pretty much almost fully stocked. I have left 1 slot open here for hoppers. Once we get a tree farm, I'm gonna do those, but until then, I'm not gonna be manually chopping all the wood for hopper demand, and before I even finish my storage system, for which I will need a lot of hoppers. So, not selling those. Anyway, we have anvils, 1 diamond for 8 over here, and then over here in the middle, we just have 6 shulker boxes filled with blocks of iron for 3 diamonds for 64. I think those are gonna go like hotcakes. And over here, I just built iron bars and I also made some rails. I don't know if the price is too steep, but it's just if you need a bunch of rails for something, just grab them here. And iron bars as well. They're fairly cheap. So I think it's all good. And we can lower the price if need be. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, now let's work on the outside area. I'm gonna try and see if I can combine or at least connect these two areas with grass. I might go and get, or just, I can just use packed ice like I used in the past. And we can just cover all of this up, wait for it to convert, and then cover it back. And if we place like, we can just go and place a row of grass somewhere on an edge, maybe. Let's say here, if we look at our shop, let's say we want to convert this part to grass or something, or yeah, that should be fine. We can just place a row of grass that is going to encase all of this. We can place all the packed ice in the world here. We can even do this and cover the slime bee shop. And that should be pretty good. So I'm going to cue on a time lapse. We're going to chop some mushrooms and convert some grass. Quite a significant portion has already grown back to grass, which is looking really, really cool. And I also added a few paths over here. From there, we go from the iron shop, basically, down over here to the heads shop, over to the ore shop, and then over to monkey bones, and also to the slime bee, which is really, really nice. And it's already looking much, much better. So over here, I decided against using pressure plates because setting them up, it needs to be on a full block and they need to be far away, and it would be just weird. I would have to put some sort of like platform in front, which would make the thing look weird. I think it's fine that way, that we have just a note block. You right click it, it opens, you right click it, it closes. And if the door is left open, it doesn't matter. So it is all good. It is all stocked up, and I'll let everybody know that the shop is open and up and running. My friend Nemophobicus, who started off playing here on this server when I basically started it, he decided to stop playing because he has a lot of stuff with college and everything, so he's just gonna not play anymore. And he left me all of his things, basically, and we can utilize some of them. I have Silk Touch 7.0 now, which was his Silk Touch pickaxe, and we can repair it up in a bit. He also had a Fortune 2 pickaxe that we're gonna turn into a Fortune 3 pickaxe with this Fortune 2 book. And hold on, how many fortunes do I have now? It's gonna be the 4.0. Okay. Fortune. Wow. Fortune. Nope. Caps lock, go away. Fortune 4.0. Go. There we go. Cool. He also left me his armor, which I have somewhere in here. There's a bunch. This was from me before. He left me one of his wings, so we have wingsuit 5.0 now. I also am gonna upgrade his sword with some books here. First of all, I didn't even realize that we didn't have Unbreaking on our Witherbane. So we're gonna add that real fast. Boom. And that's gonna be in our tools chests here. So we're gonna rename this shulker box to tools, and we're gonna have a separate one for wings and armor, which is gonna be this gray one. And I wanna add just this sword. I wanna make it a fire aspect, kind of like Blitz 1.0. I don't know if I like that name. Anyway, we're gonna take these 3 books, and I'm gonna have to farm a bunch more levels, but we're gonna turn that into a really cool sword. I'm gonna add some stuff to a helmet. I think I have a respiration one here that we can upgrade here. I brought all my books as well, so we're gonna basically get another or maybe 2 sets of armor, because I have a bunch of boots and pants, and we have some things. We can try and get feather falling on some boots as well. We could even get some Frostwalker 2 boots. That could be cool. But yeah, I'll do a bit of enchanting, and we'll be back once I have everything done. We now have a total of 5 extra Silk Touch pickaxes, 4 Fortune pickaxes. We have a katana, which is basically my blitz. It's just a regular sword without fire aspect. And then we have the Dragon Blade, which is my fire aspect 2 sharpness sword. And then I also have Excalibur, is the smite sword with fire aspect as well, because that is kind of like the bad orc killing sword, meaning orc zombie, stuff like that. And I think it's cool. So we also have 4 extra shovels. We have 2 extra axes that are fully made here. One even has smite on it, kind of like our lumber axe here. And then this one is still missing smite, and this one is missing mending and smite as well. But other than that, we have everything set up. We even have our fork, our Farminator 9000, our clippers, and that's pretty much it. So the armor, I have an extra pair of fully made lava waders, and then I also have these fire protection 4 leggings, protection 4 thorns 2, unbreaking 3, mending chestplate, and a bike helmet. I don't know, I was just thinking of weird names. And then we also have 4 extra wings, which is great. So those are gonna be in our ender chest for when we need them. And yeah, now I wanna go work on the sand farm, which is gonna be over in the desert. I have a waypoint, or another portal, I should say, set up already over here. So if we just fly over there, it's gonna take us no time at all right here. This is the future to be husk farm. I already added some husk heads and my head down there, which is currently Alex, but that is what happens. So right over here, we have a desert temple, and I found one that is kind of in the floor. So I have to figure out what the full bounding box is to dig it out properly, but I'm gonna do that in single player. And right now, I'm just gonna queue in a time lapse, and we can get rid of what we need here. The farm design that I have in mind is going to have 5 layers of shifting floors, for which we need a whole lot of pistons and a whole lot of observers, which I have in here. This is going to be per layer pretty much the rounded amount of observers and pistons that we need, and I'm also going to need a bunch of powered rails, and then just a simple clock that's going to trigger the floors going from the top down to the bottom at the right time, so the husks that spawn on top will shift through the floor to the next one, shift through the floor, and fall down through the last floor. And we're going to have a giant hole dug even further down for another like 20 or so blocks, so they die immediately of fall damage. I could have a floor much shorter, and I could just let them die on magma blocks or wither roses or something, but I think dropping them down so they instantly die is going to make the farm more efficient. It is going to mean that we're going to have our AFK spot a little bit lower than we would have normally, which means we're going to load a few caves probably in the vicinity around here, plus also the area around us. So we're going to pretty much put like stairs coming from the killing area going up in all 4 directions. I think that's going to make it look pretty cool. If we look on the map, we kind of have enough space that if we go down to have stairs going up, I think. Maybe we even put just stairs from where the farm is, not from where the killing chamber is going to be, because we might not have that much space in all 4 directions. But I'm thinking that's going to make it look really, really cool. And then we can just light up the area around it with torches or with using jack-o'-lanterns or glowstone or something, and hide it with some glass or some carpets. And that should be pretty good. This is how one floor of the farm is gonna look. And if we just come over here and power these rails, I'm gonna have to turn over really quick. Boom, you can see all the floors do their thing. And apparently, yeah, that was just invisible blocks. But as you saw, the floors shift that way and then back really, really quickly. And the next part that we need is a whole bunch of acacia trapdoors. I want to use kind of like an orangey, yellowy type of build style here. So I'm going to use a lot of acacia logs and maybe acacia wood in some sort of the build design. And that is why I want to use acacia trapdoors. So I'm going to craft a bunch of those, and we need to place them pretty much 2 trapdoors on each of the layers here. So when the mob stands here, he doesn't get just nudged over. He gets stuck in here and then shifts and falls through the floor. I'm hoping you enjoyed this time lapse. This was around an hour and a half to build total, and it is a little bit annoying with all of the trapdoors, but I managed to figure out a cool way to place them without it being too difficult. And we have now, I believe, 5 layers. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of spawning spaces with 2 pistons on the side. The next part that we need to add is the observers that are going to connect all of these. So basically we need 7 observers of delay between each of these segments. And then we're going to trigger the top one. So the husks that spawn on the top layer are going to fall to the next one, and then the next, and the next, and the next, until they fall through the bottom one and get dropped to their death. And we need to dig out a hole there. And then we're going to go and dig out a giant hole around this. And I'm possibly going to want to make it into like a hexagon. I think that's going to make it look really cool. And then we can build it all out of stairs and just have like a nice staircase going up. So the next part that I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how deep we need to dig this. And then we're going to go dig that. And by the time we're done with that, I'm probably going to be out of time for this video. So the rest of this is going to have to wait until next time, or possibly a live stream. I'm not sure yet. this is the full layout of the killing area. I still have to fill in the magma blocks, but before we can do that, we need to place a lot of rails. And also, I kind of want to extend the glass down on all 4 sides, because then I can put in some corners with some wood and actually make this like a nice looking structure. And the idea that I had that I wanted to do here is to have stairs going up in all 4 directions. And in the corners, we could do corner stairs and go up all the way, and it's kind of going to be like a weird rectangle kind of thing. Or we could just put some sort of structure in the corner and just have stairs going up on all 4 sides. I'm going to probably just dig out the stairs for the time being, and we're going to see how that's going to look. But all of that is going to have to wait until next episode, because I am all out of time for today. So I'm hoping you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. You can also subscribe to see new videos. You can support me on Patreon as well if you want. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.